head back up that passage. I'm here with Tri-State Grotto, and we're here at the entrance to Whitings Neck Cave, getting ready to go in. So first we got to bend down a little bit. We'll get in here a little ways, it'll open up for us. Looks dry today. That'll make it easier. We got to come down here and go down the ladder. We've come down the ladder. Now we're in this first room. Look around a little bit. And we got to go up another ladder.
This was my first cave.
Cool.
I found this cave because of DeCarlo. And it's really put a hook in me. Put a hook in me.
Years ago, this was a cedar tree with the limbs cut off, and it was used for a ladder. Climbed up top of the ladder. Now we got to get through this little hole. We're gonna have to crawl through that. So here's my gloves to give you an idea how small that hole is. On we go. So that's what we're heading for. All right, we're through that little hole. Now we've got another area to crawl through. All right, we're over here. Last time when we were here, this was all flooded. Or not flooded, it just had little pools in it that we had to crawl through. This time it's fairly dry. It just looks damp with a nice bass echo. We made our way through that. Now there's a slope we have to go down. As we look around, there's some cool stuff up here. All right, after we came down this slope, Adam's going down this little hole at the bottom. Goes down to 2 rooms. Now we're going to look around this room we're in. Tall ceiling. Oh, I'm up there. Is that a bat? Or is that a piece of clay someone threw up? And here's the going passage. We're popping out here to what we call the wedding cake. Why is it the wedding cake? It's because Alicia took a picture of it and had her wedding cake made to look like it. So that's really cool. So that's the going passage. And that's the way to the second entrance. We get down here and we see a little section of rope tied around a rock. Looks like someone's using that as a handhold to get up out of this hole down there. So we're looking around again. There's some interesting stuff over there. Look up here at the wedding cake again. Different angle. As we get to the top of this climb, we see the wedding cake here, different angle again. And it is a beautiful thing. See some sparkle on it. Then we look beyond, that's the way the passage goes. So here's the other people on our trip catching up to us. Look over this little hole, and here's our character we all know, Mario. Last time we here, this little rimstone pool was full of water. Today it's dry. It's going caving with us. All right, we've crossed a little hole, and now we're heading down walking passage. Look up, and that's the way we're headed. Nice big passage here. I don't know if we could call it borehole, but it's close enough for us. So we're coming up on the pit. At this point, unless you're on rope, you probably don't want to go down that slope. It's slick and it drops. As in, it drops off and you're in midair. When people in this county get a broken bone, it's usually on this pit.
Oh, it looks like they put some more.
All right, we climbed over to the top of the pit, and we're looking down into darkness. If you're going down there, you really should have a rope. Yeah, maybe you could slide down, but getting up is a whole nother aspect. Adam's checking out now. He's part way down.
What is it? What, 40 foot? I think it's
All right, we're at the top of the pit, and we're going to look around.
She's gonna cry.
All right, we're looking around the room, getting ready to turn and head back up that passage. We're back to the wedding cake, making our way around it. All right, we're looking back up where we came down this slope. I'm gonna look around the room a little bit, see some of these neat formations. A lot of flowstone. Boy, look up at that ceiling. That's up there. So we're seeing different kinds of formations in the cave. Here you see these round nodules on the wall. That's what we call popcorn. Now popcorn's different, as in this was flooded when it was formed, because it forms underwater. So some point in time, this was probably the water table, and they popped out, formed the popcorn. Then later on, the water table dropped, and now this is a relatively dry cave. That up there is the second entrance, the sinkhole entrance. This is where a guy got stuck a couple years ago and had to call cave rescue to get him out. He was in here over 4 hours. Now look it up. This drop here we call the little drop, compared to the drop we saw before, which drops down quite a ways. If you can see that column up there, a lot of people will tie a rope to that and drop down. So we climbed up here on this rock, this ledge, and we're looking around this room. And we're level with the wedding cake. Look at those formations. And look down. That's that hole we were in, down the bottom of it. This has got some neat little views. There's some interesting holes up here too. So most of the wedding cake is flowstone. We see a lot of that in here. We look over here at these streaks coming down the wall, and some of those have turned into what we call ribbons. And we see Adam coming up out of that hole.
That's the crack the kid got stuck in. Huh? Is this the crack the kid got stuck in? Yeah, right there.
Here's Doyle coming up out of that hole.
Well, them snake hips for nothing.
There you go, Adam's gonna go check out a little hole.
That's what I'm talking about, the little crawl off the wood.
This is gonna be his squeeze box for the night. Hopefully he won't break any ribs this time. See Adam's light, he's coming back out. Was it worth it?
Yeah, it's a little room. Sleep in there.
All right, we're heading out. Having to climb up this wall. A little hole at the top where you gotta crawl, belly crawl. All right, we're at the end of our trip. We're in the last room, getting ready to climb out. Had a great time. See you next time.
This was my first cave.
Cool.
I found this cave because of DeCarlo.